Hello, 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 ladies, and welcome back to day number 2. I am so excited to talk to you guys about today's topic. Today's topic is that you are formed for God's family and why you feel stuck. Okay? So if you watched day 1, then you already know this, but let me say it again. You were created on purpose. Your life has a meaning, and your identity, it starts with God. But today, we're going to talk about something that most people do not want to face. And what it is the reason that you feel stuck, which is not because you're not capable. It's because of your environment. Now, let me say that again. You are not stuck because you lack potential. You are stuck because of what and who you are surrounded by. Have you ever heard that saying, birds of a feather flock together? Now, we have to wonder, why is that saying always being said? Now, let me give you a core truth. There is a powerful truth from the book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Now, remember, we're using that book as the anchor for this whole series. So get the book, The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. But there is a powerful truth that I want to anchor us to. And it says, we are called to belong, not just to believe. Life is meant to be shared. This is where so many women miss it. You believe in God, you pray, you want more for your life, but you try to do it alone. And that is never the design that God created you to have in your life. You were formed for God's family. A lot of times when we envision our future, when we envision our life, we don't envision ourselves being surrounded by a lot of people. We don't envision the people that will help. We don't envision the people who we will impact. And that's where the problem begins. You see, if your whole vision is for you to live a life, like in a house by yourself, this big, beautiful house all alone, that is definitely not what God designed for you. You see, God wants you to be able to make an impact. Now, am I saying living alone is wrong? No, I'm not saying that. Some people need their space. I love my space. But my point is that your purpose is not just for you to benefit, but the things that God has ordained for you are for the masses, are for the community, are for the city, are for the state, are for the neighborhood grocery store. Even the things that God has placed on you spiritually are for people to be able to benefit from you. So you have to get out of that mindset of me, myself, and I want to do things alone, but learn how to connect. And I know sometimes through hurt, through disappointment, and different things, we learn to disconnect from people, but that is not the way that God had ordained it. Let's look at the scriptures. Let's turn to Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 to 25. And it says, and let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds, not giving up, meeting together, but encouraging one another. And in Proverbs 27, verse 17, it says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. That means the right people will sharpen you, and the wrong people will keep you comfortable. And in turn, as you continue to be sharp on a dull surface, what happens to your sharpness? I'll leave that one there. Now let's talk real for a moment. Let me lovingly challenge you for a second, because this might be the thing that changes everything for you. Some of you are trying to really step into your calling right now. That's why you're watching this video. But you are surrounded by people who do not think big. Maybe they do not move with urgency. Maybe they do not understand purpose. Maybe they're not comfortable staying the same. Maybe they're not comfortable changing. They're just comfortable staying the same. And because you love them, you have made their level your limit. And it's costing you everything. I'm going to say that again. Because you love them, you have made their level your limit. And it's costing you your future. John Maxwell said this: one is too small a number to achieve greatness. And Christine Crane said this: God has not called you to do life alone. We are better together. So let me break this down very, very simply for you. Isolation delays destiny. Community accelerates purpose. And I'm not just talking about being surrounded by people, but I'm talking about being in the right rooms, being in proximity with the right people who are doing the things that you want to do. You see, I didn't learn this until later in life because I've always been a go-getter. I've always been somebody who works hard. And I was always the most everything in the room. I was the most passionate, the most aggressive, the most blah, 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 until I got around some other go-getters. And when I got around some other go-getters, my world changed because now I had somebody to run with. Now I had somebody to fuel me. Iron sharpens iron. So when I thought I went far enough, there's somebody pushing me to go even further. There were secrets that made things easier to do the things that I wanted to do, being shared in those circles. I'm talking about being in the right rooms with the right people who have the same heart posture as you, the same desires as you. You see, this is why your environment matters so much. The right environment will challenge you. It will stretch you. It will call you higher. It will hold you accountable. And the wrong environment will let you stay comfortable. It will let you procrastinate. It will let you play small. And then you sit there wondering, why is my life not changing? I have seen this over and over and over again. Women who are smart, capable, and called, but they stay in environments that do not match who they are becoming. And what happens? They delay their own breakthrough, not because they're not ready, but because they're not positioned. Now, I want you to be honest with yourself right now. This is a you and you moment. So if you cheat yourself, if you lie to yourself, a lot of people lie to themselves. They're not honest with themselves. But if you're honest with yourself, all you can do is bless yourself. But I want you to ask yourself these questions, okay? Who am I surrounded by daily? Do they challenge me or do they comfort me? Are they growing or staying the same? Are they growing or staying the same? Not are you growing? Not are we growing? But are they growing or are they staying the same? And the last question is, am I shrinking to fit in? I have done all of these things, and that's why I'm qualified to come before you and talk about how important it is for you to recognize how important your circle is and why that can have a major impact on your ability to move forward and go to the places that God has for you. So here's the real question. Does your current environment match the life that you say that you want? Does your current environment match the life that you say that you want? Because if it does not, then something has to change. Not next year, not when the time is right, but right now. Not tomorrow, not maybe next week. We're all good at that, right? But right now. I have some friends that I'm still cool with, but they got that call. They got that call a while back where I said, we're not going to be able to talk as much. I'm doing something right now. And some of them I'm still cool with because they decided to do something with their life and we met up later. And guess what? Their life didn't end because I wasn't there. Sometimes we have this whole storyline in our mind that we're going to cheat somebody by stepping away. But if you better yourself, you can go back and get them. But you can't give people something you don't have. Your purpose does not wait for comfort. You have to make a decision. So, if this is hitting you, I want you to hear me clearly. You do not need to figure out everything on your own. You just need to get in the right room. And that is exactly why I created a free mini course. And it is designed to help you to get clarity on your purpose, to understand how to actually step into your purpose, to step into a high value skill set so that you can make the money that you should be making. If you're somebody who looks at yourself and you're like, man, I should be making more money for who I am. I'm a smart person. I have the wits. I have the things, but I'm just not making the money that I know I should be making. I want you to check out my free mini course. Can't hurt you. There's no strings attached, and it just tells you a little bit more about what we're doing over here. Now, no strings attached. If you do or you don't, I pray that God will bless you. I pray that this day 2 was a blessing to you. And I understand how important it is for you to know that you need community. I understand how important it is for you to make some of those life-changing decisions. And I pray that God will give you the strength, that He'll give you the intellect to know who is supposed to be in my circle right now and who needs to be removed for the time being, maybe, or maybe forever, right? Who is adding to me and who is subtracting from me? And it's okay. I'm going to give you permission right now. It is 150,000% okay for you to choose you and go forward. And you never know what impact you're making on somebody's life, even when you have to say goodbye to them, sometimes in a good way. So if you are interested in the mini course, I want you to email my team. And I'm going to put the email in the bio, in the description of the video. So go ahead and look for the email. It's Juliet. You're going to email Juliet, my assistant, and she'll make sure that you get the mini course. Okay. So I just want you to remember that you are not behind. You are not disqualified. You might just be in the wrong environment, and that can change. So that's good news, right? I'll see you on day number 3. And remember, we say Godspeed because God is the driving force of every single thing that we do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, ladies.